this is my entire philosophy, and it really started with kind of my obsession with farming. I love organic food. I've always been so interested in farming, and I've read so many books about it. My grandfather was a farmer, and so there's just a lot of depth with this. So I want you to think of skincare in a totally different framework. So mainstream skincare is like the industrialized farming for your face. So that would be the picture on the left, where we strip the land, we make it barren. Nothing else can exist on that land except for the one crop that we allow to grow. So let's say it's a soybean or wheat. So everything else is killed, everything else is toiled, suppressed, everything is barren, and unless it's that one crop. And it's a very controlled environment, or we think it's controlled. And then if you kind of look down, you can see the roots of that system as well, which I'll get into. So your skin is kind of constantly playing catch up in this model on the left with industrial farming. But there is a better model, and that's kind of more of a permaculture regenerative model where we are coexisting with nature and the way that God created us rather than forcing something to happen. What you have with industrial farming is you're basically depleting the soil, and then you're adding back all the synthetics in order to like push results short term, but long term, you're damaging the soil. In the same way, skincare is like this, right? When we exfoliate, when we over cleanse, we are making it perform in the short term, but in the long term, we're damaging that entire root system. So if you think about going underneath the skin, that's what the same idea with underneath the soil. You have so much damage. Now, when you look at kind of the permaculture, regenerative farming, everything is coexisting, and we're working with the natural systems that God has given us to have thriving skin rather than forcing something to happen. So we're talking about actually nourishing the soil, going slower and sustainable, and having resilience with your skin. And when I understood this, I've always understood this model for farming, but when it kind of clicked for me, for skincare, that's when my mind just was like, wow, it can be really simple if we're not stripping the soil, stripping our entire skin and forcing that compliance. This is my entire philosophy. So if you do want to kind of force your skin into compliance like dermatologists do, that's just not how I operate. I'm not saying you can't have nice looking skin, because there are so many women out there that have beautiful skin, but I guess my philosophy is really deeper and talking about the hormones and the gut health, long-term health for the whole body, not just for the skin.